All right. You are watching the pulse here on Joy News. We have other stories, and the Ghana Journalists Association is urging all media houses across the country to cut ties with Awutu Senya East Member of Parliament, Mavis Hawakumse, who is also the Fisheries Minister, and refuse her audience on all media platforms until the perpetrators that attacked the morning show host of Cape FM, David Kobbena, are brought to book. David Kobbena was assaulted by thugs believed to be supporters of Madam Hawakumse on January 4 during the MPP's parliamentary vetting in the Central Regional Capital, Cape Coast, after he was mistaken for a different journalist who the thugs claim made distasteful comments about the MP on UTV.
Having consulted with our partner institutions, including GIBA and PRIMPAC, as well as senior members of the association and heads of media institutions, the Ghana Journalists Association hereby calls as follows. 1. All media houses must give total media blackout to Mavis Hawakumse and stay away from her as MP, Minister of State, or any other public capacity and position she may hold. This is because we believe there are attacks on reasonable and evil-minded people around the MP who pose serious threat to the lives of journalists and other media practitioners. I must emphasize that we have nothing against the person of the MP, but we are scared of people around her. 2. The MPP leadership at the national and regional level must endeavor to fish out the thugs who assaulted David and sanction them appropriately. 3. The Ghana Police Service must speed up with investigations into the assault case and prosecute the perpetrators. And 4. The Ghana Police Service must identify and sanction the purported police officer who invited David and watched on while the innocent morning show host was beaten mercilessly by the thugs. Colleagues, our call for total media blackout on Honorable Mavis Hawakumse is with immediate effect and until further notice. We may reconsider it when we see evidence of action by the MPP and the Ghana Police Service to identify, arrest, and prosecute the thugs. We are following this case with keen interest, and we shall periodically review it and update the general public on same. Colleagues, we urge all media houses to rally behind our call and ensure that it has a biting effect. This call is in our collective interest. Let's bear in mind that there are dangerous people around Honorable Mavis Hawakumse. They can kill you. Whether you are in the studio, home, church, mosque, or public gathering, they can come for your life.
And the Ghana Journalists Association taking a tough stance against the Member of Parliament for Awutu Senya East, Mavis Hawakumse. Now, we have in the studio Ohene Kobbena David, the journalist who was Ohene Kwame Davis, who was attacked by thugs of Madam Hawakumse. So tell me your story.
Okay, so I'm David Kobbena, but in the media fraternity, I'm known as Ohene Kwame David.
Right.
Yeah, so as we all know, the NPP party scheduled on the 4th of January 2024 for the Infantine and then Awutu Senya East to be vetted at the Regional Coordinating Council there in Cape Coast. And so as media personnel, we all went there to capture the story. just after the vetting and maybe the balloting have been done. So there's a shelter at the RCC. We were seated there waiting patiently for the vetting to be over so that we'll have that opportunity to interview. So upon waiting, 2 ladies came to ask if I'm called Jacob. And I said, I'm not Jacob, I'm David. And I also told them I work with Cape FM. I'm the morning show host. And then they said I resemble somebody at UTV. And so we ended the day. Just after 30 to 40 minutes, a gentleman approached me. And then he said he'd want to ask me something. And so when I gave him my audience, he asked me in a quiet mood that, was I the guy that was seated at UTV insulting Honorable Howard Kumsin?
The same person they are trying to put on you, and you deny that you were not that person?
Yes.
By the lady that came first?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I replied, no, I'm not the one. Seriously, I don't know where the premises of UTV is. I've not been there before. I work with Cape FM. And I'm the morning show host for the station. And he insisted that I was the one. In fact, I'm the one. And so I also insisted, of course, I'm not the one. I cannot accept the fact that you are saying I'm the one. And so I showed him my press card. My picture was on it. I left it in my bag. And he was like, no, it's me. So he also brought out...
You were still not convinced, even
Yes.
though when you had officially identified yourself with your ID card?
Yes. And then he also brought out a phone where there was a picture on the phone. And he showed it to me and asked me, am I not the one? I thought you should look at the picture and look at me. I'm not the one.
By all means, you should accept the person you were looking for. Whether you like it or not, you should be the one.
That is what he wanted me to do. But since I'm not the one, I mean, I cannot claim that I'm you whilst I'm not you. Yes, I have my personality. And so I told you I'm not the one. So upon exchanging words that I'm not the one, then I received a slap from behind.
From a different person?
Yes. Turning myself another slap. Before I realized, about 15 body-built guys pounded on me and they were beating me all about.
And there was no security, like police, available at the time?
Yeah, the wearing at the premises, I mean the compound, they are only at the checkpoint, at the entrance of the place, RCC. And so, yes, they might hear the noise and all that, but they didn't come around.
But at the time they subjected you to beating, some of your colleagues were available?
Yeah, I was actually standing with about 2 of them, so we were 3 at the time. And so when they called me, they were also doing their thing. So after I screamed, I was shouting, and then calling them to come before all of them came around and then rescued me.
Another time, the Minister for Fisheries, Howard Kumsin, was also within the premises, right?
Yes, please. She was in the banquet hall. Yes, waiting for other people to be vetted, and then the balloting will take place.
Did she see what was going on?
Yes, because the regional youth organizer, the regional organizer, Mr. Anthony Saki, called her on phone in front of us. When he saw what has happened, he said that it was bad, and so the woman need to know. So Anthony Saki called Honorable Kumsin to the place. So upon reaching where we were, she stood and called Anthony Saki to meet her in a distance. And then Anthony Saki told her whatever he would say to her and pointed at me. But Honorable Kumsin didn't come to me.
She didn't speak to you? She didn't intervene?
Never.
She didn't find out what was going on?
And she left.
And she left?
Yes.
So did you suffer any physical injuries?
Yes, it was internal. That's what the doctors told me. It was internal. Yes, I received a little cut here, but because it is 3 weeks ago, it is healed. As I speak with you, I feel pain at my rib side and then mine.
And did you inform the police about it in terms of official complaint to the police?
Yes, that very evening, we reported the case at the Kotokrawa police station. Reported there. It was then that gave me the doctor's report, that police report rather, that I went to Interbeton for checkup.
And what has been the status of the case? Have they made any progress on that? Has anybody been arrested?
No.
Nobody has been arrested. And you are able to identify these individuals that attacked you?
We've been able to identify two. I mean, the two girls that initially approached me and asked if I'm Jacob. Yeah, we've gotten their pictures.
Did they take part in the beating?
No, but they were there. And then, the guy that came to call me and that he wanted to ask me something. Yes, we've gotten his picture. And then one of the guys that took part in the beating. Yes. So we've given the two ladies' picture and the other guy that took part in the beating to the CID.
And there's not been any progress?
Not
as far as you are concerned, the police, they've not gotten back to you to tell you that this is how far we've gone in your case, these are the arrests we've made, and this is where we are taking it to. Nothing of a sort.
No, they told me I will hear from them.
This person they were looking for and came to you saying that that person is you. This person they were looking for, do you know him?
I don't know him.
Is he your brother?
No. Come again?
The person they were looking for.
The person they were looking for?
Yes. Do you know him?
Well, I have a brother called Jacob, but I don't know if he's the one they were looking for.
You have a brother called Jacob?
Yes.
And when they approached you, they mentioned the name Jacob?
Yes. No, the first two ladies that approached me mentioned the name Jacob. But the guy that called that he wanted to ask me something, asked me if I'm the one who went to sit at UTV insulting Honorable Haukumsi. And I refuted it.
And this brother of yours who is called Jacob, did he go on UTV to
Never.
He's never been on UTV?
No.
So what is your description of this whole thing?
Well, I can't tell because I provided my ID card to prove that I have not been to UTV before. I don't work with them. And they didn't understand. They even wanted to listen to me.
This incident took place on the 4th of January.
Yes, please.
You've made a report to the police.
Yes, please.
What about the political party? Have they made any attempt to sort of talk to you about it?
Okay, that very day that the issue occurred, we had the opportunity to meet Mr. Peter McMahon. He was the chairman for the vetting committee that day. And so we told him, and then he asked us to wait. But because I was suffering from the pains, they took me to the hospital. And then Mr. Peter McMahon left 1,400 to be given to me.
As what?
As money to be taking care of my condition.
Money to take off your hospital bill?
Yeah.
1,400 Ghana cedis?
Yes, please. And so he gave the money to Mr. Blankson. He's the regional communication director for the NPP. And so he told him I wouldn't take the money because it's not up to the bills. And he insisted and pleaded with me that we should take the money and that, if anything, we will hear from them.
You belong to the Central Regional GJA caucus, right?
Yes.
What is the position of the region before we come to what the national has done today?
Come again?
I'm asking about the position taken by the Central Regional branch of the GJA before we come to what the national has done today. Okay,
so the Central Regional branch, I called the regional secretary and I gave him the update of what has happened. So, I mean, whatever happens, I used to communicate with him. It was him that communicated with the national before they took up the story.
And today, the national office took a decision to boycott all activities relating to Madam Hawa Kumsin.
Yes.
Yes, and she's also contesting in the upcoming MPP parliamentary primaries in her constituency.
Yes.
So that is the position that the Central Region media, your expectations that they will comply with action taken by the GJA?
We are an organization and we have leaders of it. And so I believe that if a decision will be taken, it will be taken in consideration of we the members. Okay, thinking about our health, our life and everything. So I think it is the right thing.
So the GJA has taken a very tough stance. Personally, are you sort of seeking compensation or what? What do you expect the police to do?
I am only calling for justice. I'm not calling for any compensation. Because, my brother, what has happened to me today can happen to somebody else. Yes. And I wouldn't know what would have happened if I didn't get anybody to help me out. Yes. So I'm only calling for justice.
All right. Thank you very much for passing through to share your story with us. That's the morning show host of Cape FM.
Yes, please.
Kobbena, right?
Yeah.
Kobbena. We pray that at least there will be some resolution on this matter going forward, because there's been too many attacks on journalists practicing their noble profession in this country.
It's too bad.
All right. You're still watching The Pulse here on Joy News. We're taking a short break. We'll be back with more.